So as you guys know, I've been wanting to change out the back rack. The original back rack that was on this truck is that old, disgusting looking one. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my 1965 Dodge D500. We've done a lot of things to this truck so far. You know, we redid the sides, restained the bed. I probably should change out the wood on the bed, but it's really expensive to do this, especially right now with all the hurricanes going on. You know, we got new intake manifold, new carburetor, just a whole bunch of stuff. Link down below to a playlist to see all the videos I made on this truck so far. But today we're getting rid of that nasty old back rack and we are making a brand new one. We got some 2x6s and a 2x4. I only needed, you know, 2 feet of this 2x4, but you know, they don't sell it at the lumber yard right here in town that small, so I had to buy an 8-foot stick of it. But the plan is we are going to measure between the sides so we can get it nice and flush. I want everything to fit nice and tight. You guys saw that we just moved the middle board and the bottom board over, so on the side where the cab is, it's completely flush with the other 2x4, and this side is pretty much almost even. The middle board sticking in a little bit, but I think that's just the cut size of it. It's not, you know, our fault or whatever. But after we do this, we're gonna go ahead and finally break loose the back wheels, because we haven't even touched those yet because I haven't been able to break them loose. So we got Caleb's air compressor, Parodoxz, behind the camera, link down below to his channel. We're doing a lot of stuff to his trucks today. His new motor is actually coming for this truck right here. So if you guys wanna see that, it'll probably be out in a couple days. The reveal of the new motor. Yeah, Sunday. Reveal the new motor for his truck, so it's really exciting. But first things first, let's go ahead and measure some stuff. We got to measure it twice and cut once. That's always a good practice when you're working with wood. Pretty much anything, always measure twice and cut once so you don't mess anything up. So got the tape measure, got the speed square, and let's go ahead, start measuring, cutting, and bolting everything back up. All right guys, we just screwed up the last screws on the new back rack and we just bolted up the toolbox again. Super easy. We got carriage bolts. They just drop down through the bed and then you bolt them up right there. But let me know what you guys think of the new bed. What I'm thinking about doing with these sides once they dry out, because these are pressure treated 2x6s and 2x4s. Once they dry out, I'm thinking about getting a torch and burning it and then putting a clear coat over the whole thing and just have a burned side bed look. A lot of you guys wanted me to do that, and I think that would turn out really good. So once all this dries, we will go ahead and take a torch and probably do a test panel on know, one of these 2x4s that are really easy to replace and see how it looks before we end up doing, you know, a big 16-foot 2x6 right here. And you know, a 2-foot 2x4 is cheaper than a big old 16-foot 2x6. So with that, well, let me know what you guys think of the new back rack. I think it looks a lot better than it did before. Once again, that is the old one right there, black and disgusting, and this is the new one. I think it just complements the sides more than the black did. So I mean, once that gets dried out and burned and clear coated, I think this whole bed will look pretty good after all that. But now that we got that done with, been meaning to do that for like a week and a half now. Next thing to do is something I've been meaning to do since I got this truck, and is break these back ones loose, because probably a month and a half ago I brought over Caleb's air compressor. We didn't have the 3/4 line, we only had like the 1/8 inch line or whatever it was, the quarter line, and I want to break these loose. So we got his big air compressor and the bigger line. This is what I was trying to get off with before, and that wasn't having it, so we're going to use the 3/8 line and see if that can break it loose, because these still need to come off so I can go ahead and look at the brakes and get all these back brakes situated. We got the front ones situated. I think there's still a little bit of air in the line. I got to pump them really hard to get the truck to stop, but let's go ahead and try to break these loose. And we're not going to take them apart today. I just want to break them loose, so you know, in the next couple of days when I go back to my house and start working on the truck at my house, I can easily just get a breaker bar and break them loose real quick and go ahead and take a look at them. So let's go ahead and break out that air compressor and get these lug nuts off. Two off so far. So you let the air compressor build up. May have to jack up the tire and take this one off just to get the secondary ones off, so they're not hard to get off when I go to take it all apart. But
you got the wheel cylinders yet?
No, I don't even know what they look like. Man, I told you guys these ain't coming off. I retract my last statement. I'm gonna jack up this side, take off this tire, and then just break these loose, because they need a different adapter to get those off. They're the secondary, the secondary studs that these screw onto. And we'll just jack it up, take this tire off, break them loose, and then just tighten them back up, and then put this tire back on, and then hop over to the other side. Just so we can have these broken loose without using an air compressor at my house, since I don't have one. So yeah, that PV blaster actually worked, and more
60
air,
more pounds
yeah,
of pressure because we let it build up to its proper working condition.
Yeah, this Harbor Freight
I've
impact
had that thing
is
for years, and I've put that thing through hell, and it still works great.
Yeah, this thing is. How often have you oiled it?
I've oiled it like twice in 4 years. So it's like 3 or 4 years I've had it oiled like twice. still zaps bolts off.
That's crazy. Man, that thing is so greasy. Look at that. Oh my god. Kind of figured it was gonna be like that since on the other side when I was doing the brake lines, it was like that. So should be easy to pop these off. 60 more pounds of pressure in the line. Oh yeah, I like butter. I like butter. Alright, got all of them broken loose. I'm just going to tighten them back up, throw this tire on, and then we'll hop to the other side and do that. I probably won't show you unless something's wrong with the other side because it's basically the same thing as this. So we'll catch you guys back up when I'm done doing these lug nuts. Alright guys, so we have like a 10-minute break in the rain. Unfortunately, today's probably going to come to an end. It was just downpouring for a good like 30 minutes. And we got more rain coming. So this is going to be the end of the video. But to recap of what we did today, we went ahead and built a new headache rack. The old one, this looks absolutely disgusting, and the new one actually looks pretty good. It matches the size now. Don't have a black rack. And yeah, so like I said before, a couple weeks after these pressure treated woods dry, we'll go ahead and try and do that burned effect on these sides and the back rack. We got the toolbox back on there. We broke loose both sides of the back, so now when I go to my house, it's supposed to rain like every single day for the next week, so I'm not sure how the videos are going to play out next week, but we are going to be taking off the rear tires and looking at the wheel cylinders to see what they all need. I'm guessing I'm going to have to replace them, so I'll go ahead and order those off of Rock Auto. There's 2 per side. Should be easy to get them off at my house with just a breaker bar. I snugged them up pretty good, but they're not going to come off when I'm driving or whatever. So we got those done. Back rack. We were going to go ahead and sand down the floors today and paint them with the Pour 15 just to stop the rust. I do have to eventually weld in some new floors, but just to stop the rust right now, I may take the seats out and do underneath the seats and everything like that. With that Pour 15, it's a rust encapsulator, so it's going to stop all the rust. Yeah, we were going to do that, ended up raining, so there's that. Other than that, you know, we did a lot of work today. My truck and Caleb's truck, it took forever to do that. The U-bolts on his bed, but we got that done.
My forearms are tired.
We got his new transfer tank on. We'll show you that in a second. Looks pretty good. This video's probably gonna post after his, so it doesn't spoil his video or whatever. Actually, no, go watch his video if you guys want to see that look. His link will be down in the description below. You guys always tell me I need to bend this bumper back. I'm probably gonna go to the store and get a chain. I think what I'm gonna do is just hook that chain right here, wrap it around, and then just drive over the front tire, and it should bend that bumper back. So we'll be able to bend that back, then take it off, sand it down, strip it down, and repaint it. Probably the same color as the grill, so the front end looks good. I do have to get some acetone, wipe off all of this linseed oil, because as you can see, it has attracted a lot of dirt. And I want to wash this thing, but washing it doesn't really get it clean. You need to get that acetone and strip off all that linseed oil. And then after we do that, we may cut and buff it and see what that does to the paint instead of using linseed oil. So we may try another tactic, or what would it be? Another technique to try to bring this paint back to life. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you guys want to see more videos on my 1965 Dodge D500, hit that subscribe button. I've got like 25 videos out on this truck so far, so you can always go to my channel or link down below to the playlist where you can see every single video that we've made on this truck so far. So appreciate you guys watching, appreciate all the new subscribers, and appreciate all the viewers that have been watching this build since the beginning, and also all the viewers that have been watching my channel since the beginning. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. Leave a like on this video if you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you in the next one. Dippin' Diesel, out.